Glory to Jesus Christ, and welcome to St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Church. I'm Father Gregory, the pastor. It is Sunday, July 30th, the feast of St. Silas the Apostle. And while I didn't necessarily plan this because it's the commemoration of St. Silas the Apostle, I did want to talk to you today about the need for missionaries. And specifically, we need mission-minded people here at St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Church in downtown Madison. And the reason that we need them is because we have planted an Orthodox congregation on the campus or right next to the campus of the University of Wisconsin at Madison, and within walking distance of the Wisconsin state capitol. So often missionary growth or church growth in the Orthodox Church is modeled after what we see in the evangelical tradition, which is not so much a matter of church growth as it is a migration of membership. In other words, most evangelical churches grow by adding Christians from other traditions. And unfortunately, the Orthodox Church has done that as well. Now, to be clear, I think it is good and proper that we work to reconcile those Christians and other traditions who are, for whatever reason, estranged from the church. But that can't be the primary way in which the church grows. We must grow primarily by preaching the gospel to those who do not know the gospel, who don't know Jesus Christ, and so don't know his church. The reason that we're here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin is because this is really sort of the epicenter of the broader culture in Madison. But it's also because I've been a college chaplain going on now for 30 years, and that was originally why I came with my wife to Madison. She came for her job, and I came to establish a parish on the campus to reach out to students. Now I got delayed by almost 10 years because I was asked to do other things, but about 5 years ago, I had the opportunity now to finally do this. If you look at our webpage, or if you get any of our emailings, one of the things that you probably know is that some 60% of young people baptized in infancy in the Orthodox Church will have fallen away from the church by the time they are 25. Of the 4 in 10 that are left, only 1 will actually be in church this Sunday morning. So between infancy and the age of 25, we essentially lose 90% of our young people. And these are figures that track largely with what we see in other Christian traditions, but also non-Christian traditions as well. And so there is a need to have a vibrant ministry on campus, not only for the sake of preaching the gospel to those who haven't heard it, but also to help keep children baptized in infancy in the church and help them discover their own identity, their own vocation as Orthodox Christians. There's also the state capitol, which also is a place of missionary interest. During COVID, for example, if you read a lot of the health regulations as they pertain to what here in Wisconsin were called religious entities or churches, congregations, one of the things that was abundantly clear is that the people who were writing the legislation had very little sense of the Orthodox Church, or really of churches in general. And the only one really to blame for that is me. If I want people to take into consideration the needs of the Orthodox Church, I need to be about the business of making sure they know the Orthodox Church and understand what our concerns are. This is a long way of saying is that we've established a parish in the center of one of the most secular, unchurched parts of the nation. For this really to make a go of this, for this to work, however, requires not only the grace of God, but also your presence. We need we need people who are mission-minded to join St. Cyril Methodius Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Who are these people? Well, maybe you are an Orthodox Christian in the Madison area who, for whatever reason, is not going to church, you've sort of drifted away from the church. You might think that that's not a good thing, that this wouldn't make you a good candidate for being a missionary to the university and the state capitol. But I would say to you that, in fact, you're exactly one of the kinds of people that we need, because you understand how it is that the church is not necessarily connecting with people. Specifically, they didn't connect with you. So come and join us, because I need to know what it is that didn't work for you and what I can maybe do to change that. But we're also looking for people from other Christian traditions who have sort of reached the point where they understand that Christian missionary activity needs to be more than just recruiting Christians from other traditions, but who want to be reconciled with Christ's church and then take that gospel out to the university, to the state capitol, to really the whole of the isthmus, this whole downtown area. That's what I need this morning. I'm asking you, I'm challenging you to consider coming to St. Cyril and Methodius and becoming a missionary for the Orthodox Church. Missionaries don't have to go to foreign lands. Missionaries don't need to go overseas. We need missionaries here in America. And honestly, to be very direct about it, this is one of the areas in which I think the Orthodox Church has not done particularly well. We are not very good at being missionaries to the vast majority of unchurched Americans. So why don't you join us? You can work with college students, work with state legislators, work with the people in the isthmus, and help bring them to Christ and to his church. All right, well, it's coming up on 10 after 8, and I've gone on quite a long time for a Sunday morning. I have to get ready for liturgy, and so do you. So if you're here in the Madison area and you're an Orthodox Christian and you weren't planning on going to liturgy this morning, why not come to St. Cyril Methodius at 1020 Regent Street in downtown Madison? If you're not an Orthodox Christian, but you're in the Madison area and you're listening to this, consider coming to St. Cyril and Methodius this morning and take that first step to discerning whether or not Christ has called you to be a missionary in the Orthodox Church. Come and join us. Come and see. Jesus, after his resurrection, St. Mark's Gospel tells us to go and preach the gospel to all creation. Come and join us as we work to preach the gospel to all creation, specifically that part of creation that is referred to here in Madison as the isthmus. All right. God bless you. I hope you have a very good day, and I look forward to seeing you sometime soon. Take care. Bye-bye.